Here they come, here they come. So freaking cool. Told me that I'm freaking awesome, man. God, I love jets. In a different life, I would have been a pilot. I don't know what these guys are doing. That is so freaking awesome. Hold on. Don't come back through. There's 4 and there's 3. So there's a strike group of 3 and there's a strike group of 4. And they're flying in different formations every time. So whenever I was young, I was obsessed with planes. Planes were my thing. And you could tell it's not the F-14. The F-14 was decommissioned and has the maneuverable wing. This is a fixed wing. It's not the F-18 because those are they're slanted, whereas these are straight. This is definitely the F-15. I don't know if it's the E, the D, the A, B. I don't know what Vietnam's capabilities are, but it's so cool to see an F-15. That is a who created the F-15? McLaren F-15? Boeing? No. It's been around for a long time. It is a good freaking jet. It's considered one of the best all-around purpose, air-to-air, air-to-ground, and different countries use different models, different upgrades. You can have different systems, you know, with the helmets, with your radars, and when it comes to flying jets, dogfights, it's all about being seen. So stealth capabilities, the different kind of coating paints. It's not dogfights like you see on Top Gun. It's about who sees who first. Those F-15s though, they did some simulations against F-14 Tomcat, which before they decommissioned it, and the F-15. And those 14 guys say that, you know, the F-14, if the Navy would have, I'm talking about the American perspective. Here they come, here they come. So here's the group of 3. God, I love jets. They're flying slower than sound. That is definitely the F-15. And it's a 2-seater. I can tell. I saw the 2-seater. So that would be the F-15E. I believe the F-15E is a 2-seater. So it's either a training. So usually you'll have a pilot and then somebody in the back, or you'll have your weapon systems operator in the back and then your pilot in the front, or it could just be an air show. It could be a whole bunch of things. But I guarantee it, we'll wait for one more. There'll be a group of 4 that'll fly by. And they'll be in dagger formation, which is when you fly like motorcycles, staggered. So you'll have one front, one to the left, one to the right bottom, one to the... so it's 12 o'clock, then it goes down to 3 o'clock, then it goes down to 6 o'clock, then it goes down to 3 o'clock. And you fly in that formation, and the whole idea is to stay out of each other's jet stream. I don't know if that's the proper... out of each other's, you know, for lack of term, out of their your exhaust port, because that will actually make your jet wobbly. I watch a lot of podcasts about pilots, you know, the F-18, F-22, the MiGs. I'm really surprised to see F-15s in Vietnam. I did not know that. I mean, not really, because they do sell them around the world. Just America keeps the most advanced versions. So you can have for example, you can have an F-16, right? But not F-16s are created equal. F-16 is a single engine jet. You can have an F-18 Hornet, but it's all based on the technology that you put into it and the upgrades. And most of that stuff is highly classified. You're never gonna know what they have in, the capabilities of each jet. And each jet holds a different role. So the Navy made the F-15 for air-to-air and air-to-ground, so they, to be able to provide both, tactical air-to-air, see the enemy first, shoot miles away, also provide cover down to forces on the ground. So I'm hoping to see the group of 4. If not, I'll cut this video. but they're flying. So one thing you can tell about jets is if you see them first, right? If you see them and then you hear them, they're flying, faster than Mach 1. So Mach 1 is the speed of sound, obviously. So Mach 2 is 2 times the speed of sound. Mach 3, so on. I don't know the top limits of the F-15. I'd imagine it's a low Mach. It has 2 powerful engines, don't get me wrong. But, and it's a fast jet, but I actually believe the F-14 was a faster jet. F-15 is, people swear by it. They say that it is one of the best jets ever made. Up until the F-22 and F-35 came around. And I'm talking through American, jets. I don't know much about, I know the Russians had some new models that came out, but they only have like 5 they produce, but some pretty good jets. And these are jets, the new 5th gen, jets have thrust vectoring, so that means that they can pull off these really cool, so like fly and then they pull a 90-degree angle out of nowhere. High G turn maneuverability, and these guys could turn on a dime. You've seen it like a Top Gun when that was a Su-27, I believe, a Russian Su-57 or Iranian. Okay, here comes the 4 group. Here they come. So they're not in the dagger formation. I love them. Look at that. Okay, we don't hear them. We don't hear them. Now we hear them. Look how low they're flying. That's so cool. Booyah, Navy. Any of you Navy sailors out there, even though I'm in a different country, man, so cool. In a different life, I would have flew jets. Ended up becoming something else, but that was a dream that I won't be able to do in this life. But in the next, I will fly jets. I can sit here all day and just watch these guys. My father, he inspired me through jets. I'll just say that. I'll just say he inspired me. And there's a lot of cool podcasts that you can watch on YouTube about jets and fighters and what is there? DCS, Digital Combat Simulator. And if you have money, you could really learn how to fly these things, the capability, But one of the cool things about the new technology and all these 5th gen is like the helmet, the weapon systems are all integrated into the helmet. So the helmets now so you could track the target. It used to be the jet knows how to be, in the radar, the radar cone, right, to get weapons locked. But now your helmet can lock onto it. So you could be flying one direction, look to your left to get, get weapons hot, or not weapons hot, get a radar lock. Or it also depends on the kind of, if you're using an ARAM, Sidewinder, different kinds of missiles and stuff too. Some of them are radar guided, some of them are heat seeking, some of them they have all kinds of new stuff. But I gotta stop. I want to see them one more time. It'll be the 3 group. So they're flying in circles. There must be an air show. I wish I could see it. One more, then I swear I'll stop. One more, then I swear I'll stop. Where you guys at? So they actually did some simulations with F-15, F-14 guys after they retired the 14. And the thing is they could have kept upgrading the 14, right? The Tomcat. F-14 is what Top Gun 1 was on. It is the one that had the wings that could go out and then move in. And they could have kept upgrading that jet, so upgrading the radar systems, upgrading the engines and all this. It doesn't matter what weapons you have. It doesn't matter what thrust vectoring you have. What matters is your ability to spot your enemy, to stay off radar. Whoever gets spotted first loses the battle. So you could have the coolest freaking jet, but if you get pinged, man. Now this is according to these fighter pilot podcasts that I watch and learning about how dogfighting goes. But One more time, baby. Come on, one more time. For good luck. For good luck. Vietnam, I love you for having F-15s. It's so cool. Now, if you could pull out an F-18, a Hornet, maybe let me see an F-18. A 16 would be cool. Let me see it. Well, you don't have F-22. That's Americans, Air Force. Navy. Yeah, Navy, we're all about the F-15, F-14, F-16, F-18. Those were, you know, carrier-based groups. Or carrier-based planes. Any plane could be off a carrier, really, but 22s and F-35s, which are supposed to be the most advanced. I don't know. There's a model of it. It's kind of like if you remember the Harrier jet, they could lift off from, you know, horizontal. There was a model of the F-35 that could do that. Then they have normal ones. F-35 is cool. It just doesn't look as cool as the F-22. F-22 is just a freaking beast, man. That thing. But yeah, F-15, man. That right there is a soldier's best friend, a Marine's best friend. You hear those bad boys.